Stop trying to sound smart on every call. You only need to sound smart twice. That is it. One of the SAP 10 members said something profound the other day during our call, and it hit me. As new wholesalers, we're obsessed with sounding intelligent. We want to sound like we've done 500 deals. We want to sound like we're the authority. We want to have every comp ready. And we're scared to renegotiate. We're scared to not know an answer. We're trying so hard to impress. But here's the truth. You only have to sound smart twice on any call. That is it. Here's number one. When you're educating them on price, this is where you articulate calmly and confidently why their number does not work without ever saying their number does not work. You educate, you explain market conditions, you explain the repairs, you explain investor margins, time, uncertainty, holding costs, the whole shebang. You walk them through your calculator with their number, and you don't attack their number. You don't argue with their number. You don't say that won't work. Instead, you educate them into understanding. That's smart moment number one. Number two is when you explain your process. This is where you sound like you've done this 1,000 times. Because at the end of the day, guys, whether you've done 3 deals or 300, you must communicate certainty. Here's what happens next, Mr. Seller. We'll send 2-page paperwork. Once that's signed, we'll run title, we'll do inspections, and if everything you say checks out, we're good to go. We'll close, cash in your account in the time frame we discussed. Now, if we walk in there and half the roof is gone, and then obviously we'd have to come back. Is that fair enough? Fair. This is where confidence transfers, guys, and that's smart moment number two. And then the rest of your call, you get to be stupid. You get to be curious. You get to slow down the conversation. You get to say, help me understand what happened there. Why now? What does that look like for you? What happens if this doesn't sell? Why? Because it is not our job to be the smartest person on the phone. It is our job to discover pain or pleasure. The real reason why they are selling their biggest asset. Are they running away from pain or running towards pleasure? Solving a problem or trying to achieve a goal? Our job is to listen, discover, solve, educate, and inform. That is it. But here's what most wholesalers do. They're comping in their head while the seller's talking. They're underwriting mid-sentence. They're thinking about ARV instead of the emotion, the motivation, and then they freeze because they simply were not listening. If you truly listen, if you truly discover what they absolutely need, then and only then do you comp. And what happens? You naturally get a price reduction without ever asking what's the best you can do for me. You do not need that line, not until the end when the difference is reachable. Because when someone feels heard, understood, and educated, they move themselves. You'll hear it. Well, where do you need to be at in order for this to be a deal? Well, I mean, I could probably come down some. Well, I just need X in my pocket. And guess what, guys? You did not force it. You guided it. 2 smart moments, and that's it. Education on price and confidence in process. Everything else is curiosity. Slow it down, be human, stop trying to win the debate, start trying to understand the problem. Okay, because here's one thing, guys. If there's one key takeaway, actually two, this is the second one. Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. Let me repeat that again. Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. Let that sink in for a moment. Okay, let that sink in. So, guys, try this on your next 5 calls and watch what happens. Well, folks, cup's almost empty here. Till next time, speed and volume, speed and volume.